Does it get much better than a chicken Kiev?
I don't think so. This is from Ukraine. It's delicious.
This reminds me of so many amazing family dinners.
This was one of the only sort of ready meals we had as kids, was frozen Kievs that you just put bung in the oven.
One problem, butter always seems to separate from the chicken.
It does that, it melts when it cooks. So we're going to try our very, very best to keep the butter inside the chicken. So first off, we're going to make the butter, which is an entire bowl of garlic. So if you can just crush that and separate it into its individual cloves. The reason being, we're going to roast them off, so it becomes much, much sweeter. How you doing there? Whoop, okay, I'll get it. Don't worry, I'll get it.
See, broke them all up though, didn't it?
And the reason we're going to do this is it will soften them, it will sweeten them, and it'll be absolutely amazing. So in with all the garlic, a generous amount of olive oil, and then that goes into an oven at about 140, 150 degrees Celsius, so quite a low oven, for 15, 20 minutes until those garlic cloves are really soft and squidgy, and they will look a little bit like this.
Okay, so you've made garlic oil.
We have made garlic oil because what we want are these beautifully sweet cloves of garlic that literally just dissolve in your fingertips. We're going to come back to those in a minute because we will need those to make our garlic butter. Next up though, crispy breadcrumbs.
Yes.
That cover the outside of our chicken. So, it's relatively stale bread. It's kind of a bit naff. I wouldn't do that.
Oh,
I'm not sure even ducks would appreciate this, but it's kind of a good way of using up stale bread. So break that up into a food processor, blitz up because you want a really fine crumb so it sticks to the outside of the chicken later on. So what we will need when we've got our breadcrumbs is the other two parts of the pané process.
Flour and eggs.
Flour and eggs. So we've got a big bowl of plain flour. Nothing needs to happen to that other than a bit of salt and pepper. And then we've got 3 eggs, which I'm just going to crack into another bowl and whisk up so we've got beaten eggs. Really, really simple. All good?
Yeah.
And now what we're going to do is transfer it back into the same dish, but if you just do it through a sieve, it will get rid of any large pieces because we want a really fine dust of breadcrumb.
Yep.
Now we could just leave it as plain breadcrumbs, but where's the fun in that? We're going to add an extra flavour to it in the form of lemon zest and a couple of tablespoons of paprika.
Oh, amazing. Because this is my thinking on like cooking food from scratch. When it's a dish that you could buy from a supermarket, if you're going to cook it from scratch, make it better. And I think we're going to be doing that in a couple of different ways. First of all, using chicken breast rather than the scraggly bits of chicken that they'd usually make a Kiev from.
Exactly.
And then adding some extra flavour.
And hopefully keep the roasted garlic inside rather than just a regular garlic
This isn't just recreating a supermarket dish, this is taking it another 5 levels upwards.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So now for the added flavour.
Yep.
And we're going with lemon and paprika because I think it's quite light. It's summery. We're going to serve this later on with a salad, but you can put whatever you want in it. So now we've got rid of the breadcrumbs, we can go in with softened butter. So put the blade back in. All of the butter, so an entire pack, 250 grams. This is going to make more than we need today, but if you're making garlic butter, you might as well make lots.
Forgot you said it was softened already.
Yeah, softened helps. And then squeeze out all of these beautiful cloves, and you can add those in as well. Wait for it. Generous chunk of fresh parsley. Lid on, blend it up, and that's an amazing garlic butter. At which point we need to set it up in order to be able to actually use it. So I've got a sheet of cling film, and all we're going to do is basically spoon and scrape that into the middle of there, into one long kind of sausage.
So I know we talked about this earlier, the fact that this dish comes from Ukraine.
Traditionally.
Has any other Ukrainian dish like spread out to the world and become a firm family favourite anywhere else?
You might have stumped me there.
What other Ukrainian dishes should we know about? I think that's a really nice question.
We should all be learning.
We should be learning. Comment down below, let us know.
What I've done while you were talking about that is made a garlic butter sausage.
Oh, well done.
What you need to do is solidify it. So basically, this is going to be a lot more than we need. So this will go into a fridge, and here's one I made actually a week ago.
You've got 2 garlic butter sausages.
Yeah, well this is actually one I made literally a week ago, and every so often you just go in, you cut a bit off, use it for whatever you want.
I've put it on a piece of pork that you were frying off.
A piece of pork, some garlic bread, the obvious one through pasta. All that we're left to do now is construct everything together.
Lovely.
So, grab yourself a chicken breast. So we're going to cut in and all the way down, quite the way deep. So almost like you're butterflying the chicken. So you're going in, but not right around the side. Whatever you do, don't go through the bottom. So what you want to do is make a cavity or a pocket in there that's going to hold the butter. Later on, we're going to seal it in flour, egg and bread. I can feel you smirking over my shoulder.
Don't worry about it, it's fine. Have you ever thought about becoming a plastic surgeon?
No, why would I do that? Right, in here, the butter, just kind of push it in.
Oh.
And it goes down.
There it
the
goes.
more butter you get in, the better it's going to be. But remember, as things cook, they expand and the chicken will shrink. So don't overfill the cavity. That's only half of it, because there's every chance that will still leak out because you haven't sealed it. What you now need to do is put it through flour, egg and breadcrumb, and it's that casing it in flour and egg that seals it in. That might be okay, but I'm not taking any chances.
No.
So at this point, make sure it's pushed down where that pocket was, and we go again into egg, and then back into there, and you can see the beautiful colour.
It's interesting because lots of people usually tell us off for double dipping, but this time we're doing it properly.
Do exactly the same with the other one. If you are doing this on your own, go one dry hand, one wet hand, and you still save the pane process from attacking your fingers. So there we go, 2 chicken Kievs. We're going to cook both of these off now. They need to fry in oil first, so we'll preheat a pan with olive oil on the back, but to that we're also going to add some of that garlic oil that we roasted our garlic cloves off. So you get a bit of garlic in the oil as well.
Nice.
So we're only starting the process off in the pan, just give it a golden colour and crunch, and we'll finish it in the oven. Beautiful. We've got 2 of those, one for you, one for me. How about that?
Perf.
Don't be shy on the oil either, because you need to get that nice crunch.
It's like a proper shallow fry.
And then we're going to transfer it to an oven which we've preheated at 180 degrees Celsius, and chicken breast this size, about 15 minutes. You want it to cook all the way through to the middle and melt the butter. And there we go, both of our Kievs, they smell incredible. They're sitting in a little puddle of butter, which suggests that this one here might have oozed a little bit. You can just see it oozing out. If we take this and just cut it, crispy breadcrumb, and cut it into a few pieces.
Oh, there it goes.
It's all still in there.
There it goes. Now remember to comment down below and let us know what other Ukrainian food should we be eating.
Absolutely, because this I think is one of my favourite, one of the national dishes. It's our version of a chicken Kiev.
Sorted.
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 Sorted. Simple side salad of rocket, but equally good with steamed veg. Tell me what you think of that.
No. Mashed potato.
That is so good.
That is lovely.
The lemon's quite subtle actually, but it is there. Just a little bit of freshness.
But you get the paprika as well.
Well, that's good. That's a good Kiev.
That is really good. Whatever you do, don't forget to like and subscribe. I have.
Good. What, forgotten?
Well.